Welcome to the Old Fashion Masonic Podcast, where we talk all things masonry while having a cocktail. I'm Brian.
I'm John.
And I'm Russ.
So John, you saw in previous episodes, he is a past master of Albert Pike, a former district deputy for the Grand Lodge of Kansas. So all of that has got them both prepared for a little trivia and just some knowledge. So we talk about Masons and the impact that Masons have had on the world, not just the United States, but on the world. So on this episode, we're going to talk about just some, not all of them. So don't send us a bunch of messages. What about this guy and this guy? Not trying to hear that noise. We're just going to talk about some Masonic inventions and the inventors that were Masons. So I'm going to read some things off, and it's like a did you kind of know thing.
Okay.
All right? So, did you know that in 1863, a group of English Masons held 6 consistent meetings at the Freemasons Tavern on the Great Street, Queen Street in London to form a sport? Did you know that? The sport was soccer.
Okay.
Freemasons created soccer.
Maybe we won't hold that against him.
Yes, for sure. Some Freemason scholars observe the essential keys of the game, and they feel like it's related to the ancient symbols.
Really?
So, soccer and I, too much running. I'm built for power, not speed. So it's not for. But Russ, in a previous episode, he dismissed basketball for soccer.
I did.
So.
1863.
1863, right? That was around the time Doc Rensner was coming out of high school. So that's a whole nother conversation. Did you know? I did know this one. I did know soccer.
Okay.
Did you know Sir Alexander Flemming, okay?
Yes.
Who was a Mason at the age of 27 at the Sancta Maria Lodge number 2682 in 1929. He became a Mason. Did you know what he invented?
Well, I know what he discovered.
What did he discover?
He may not have invented.
He discovered what?
He discovered that a certain type of mold.
Penicillin. Penicillin. He did. While he was studying the influenza virus,
nice.
He noticed mold had accidentally grew on one of his pieces of equipment. And obviously penicillin has been great for us for lots of reasons, mostly helpful. All right. Brother Edward Jenner. Anybody ever heard of Brother Edward Jenner? He was the master of Royal Lodge, the Royal Lodge of Faith and Friendship number 270 in 1812. Did you know that he was a developer of the smallpox vaccine?
Okay.
He discovered the smallpox vaccine and is said to save more lives than any other work done by men, any man. Very cool, right?
Yeah.
So, those are fun. We like vaccines and all cool stuff, but let's get to stuff that's fun. Brother Richard Gatling. He was an American inventor. And he created something in 1861. The Gatling gun. The Gatling gun. The invention came after he noticed that the soldiers of the Civil War succumbed to diseases rather than just the gunshot wounds. So it occurred to me that if he could invent a machine gun that could rapidly... So basically, he's putting the boys out of their misery. He's wanted something with a little more power. So he was a member of Central Lodge number 23 in Indianapolis.
Oh, nice.
What caliber was the first Gatling gun? Do we know?
I do not know. What caliber was that?
Okay.
I thought
that was
you were
just
challenging me.
Yeah, that was just a question. I don't know.
I don't know.
Would somebody put that in the comments?
Yeah,
I don't know what the caliber of the first Gatling gun was, but I did not know that he was a Mason. Erasmus Darwin. He was a known Mason and a member of St. David's Lodge number 36 in Edynurg. He is credited with the theory of DNA.
Okay.
Remember his name later because the family lineage continues to grow. Okay? He is still famously known for his work speculating the existence of DNA in humans. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's get back to something less boring. Brother Alexander Graham Bell. Did you know he's a Mason?
Yes.
You did? I did not.
Well, you prefaced it with Brother Alexander Graham Bell.
Other than before I just said that.
No, I did not.
Okay. So, either did I. He was also, he had a great friend, Claude, who was a member of Harmony Lodge number 17 that later became the Grand Master. But, the telephone. He was the first person to be awarded that successful patent on the idea of the telephone. Brother Alexander Graham Bell. Although automobiles were already in use in different parts of Europe, Brother Henry Ford created the first affordable middle-class car in 1908. It was known as the Model T. So this is what's crazy to me. Why wasn't it the Model A? So I'm always confused with that. That is it the Model A or the Model T? Yeah. So he was first initiated in Palestine Lodge number 357, Palestine, Texas. And the boys from Palestine that I know, shout out to you guys.
Oh, yeah.
And 1894, he became a Master Mason. Okay. He also received his 33rd degree through the Scottish Rite in 1940. So, Brother Henry Ford. Brothers, if you feel inadequate that you haven't invented or created anything, get off your butt. All right. Does anybody know Brother Jacob Perkins?
No.
Brother Jacob Perkins. Well, let me just tell you about him. He's a member of the St. Peter's Lodge in Newburyport, Massachusetts. He is known as the father of the refrigerator. Did you know that?
No.
I got to tell you, we are amazing Masons. So he also engraved, here's some other things that he's also known for. Don't mock me, boys. He engraved England's first postal stamp. He invented the machine that was used in the production of nails, the picometer to detect the speed on which vessels traveled water, and several other things. Brother Jacob Perkins. Google it. On to the medical field. English scientist and brother Humphrey Davy.
Oh, good old Humphrey.
Good old Humphrey. Everyone knows now Sir Humphrey Davy of Lodge number 9237, which is still operational. Laughing gas, nitrous oxide. He further did research that he thought that back in the day that it would be good for anesthetics. Who knew?
Imagine it. I bet he has a lot of girlfriends.
Sorry about that, boys.
Oh, sorry.
So, Brother Benjamin Franklin. We all know Benjamin Franklin. For his own benefit and need, he both had issues with being short and long-sighted, he invented bifocals. Mm-hmm. He invented bifocals, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, he had a very prominent he joined Freemasonry in 1731 in St. John's Lodge in Philadelphia. He was also a Grand Master. So, Brother Ben Franklin, shout out. I haven't texted you in a while. All right. Did you know, this I did not know, Brother Camp Gillette. He was a Freemason, 1901. He was raised in Massachusetts. Do you know what he invented?
Razor blades.
So razor blades were always around. He invented the first disposable razor blade. The first disposable razor blade. And it had, in 1915, it just went on this it started in 1903, but he did the mass production in 1915. And do you use a straight razor?
Mm-mm.
Not a straight razor, but I use razor blades.
Right, but not a straight razor. When I go, sometimes when you go get a shave, they'll do a straight razor. It scares the hell out of me. I don't trust people that much. So, very easy. Brother James Bowie, active Freemason, right, in Louisiana. A legendary war hero, cultural icon. The Bowie Knife. He patented it. It was a fixed blade fighting knife is the patent.
Where'd he die?
Where he stopped breathing. I don't know.
Jim Bowie. He died in the Alamo.
Oh, wow. I should have known that. That's just basic history. Did you know that?
Yeah.
He was one of several Masons.
Why didn't you say it?
He was one of several Masons.
You made me look like the jackass.
That's why that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Well, back to guns, boys. Did you know Brother Samuel Colt was a Freemason?
No.
St. John's Lodge in Hartford, Connecticut. He got a patent on his prototype gun at the age of 22. 22. It was later modified to become a revolving pistol. And it became very popular in the Mexican-American War. A little bit of fun. Mark Twain, brother Mark Twain, yes. Samuel Clemens. Do you know that what he invented some other things. Did you know that he invented the bra strap?
No.
Google it. I am not making this up, boys. So the strap was first intended to be used to fashion garments to shirts to keep them from coming untucked. Okay, he kind of stole the idea from suspenders. The invention did not pick up on. Then it went on to vest, and then it was repurposed later as an essential part of brassieres that were used for designing the undergarment that we know today.
Incredible.
Brother Mark Twain, I will tell you, as much as women love you, men hated you at times. Next, here we go. Pressure frying. Did you know? Pressure frying. Brother Harland David Sanders. He patented a method of preparing chicken in pressure fryers after recognizing they would hold his potential recipe inside of it.
And that's Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders. Yeah. He was a Freemason initiated into the Brotherhood on April 6, 1917. He relinquished his Masonic duties in 1920, but came back and once again became affiliated in 1953. He became a honorary 33rd, and he was also a noble of the Oleka Shrine in Lexington, Kentucky. We've all had some Kentucky Fried Chicken. If you haven't, go shorten your life. Get you a bucket. So just some high level.
We should have a bucket of chicken here.
We should have. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Send us a bucket of chicken. We're not asking for money. Just a big old bucket of. I'd like extra crispy, I think.
I like original.
You like the original?
I like them both.
Just a mixed bucket here. We're a mixed bucket of folks. The theory of relativity, Brother Albert Einstein. Do you remember back Erasmus Darwin, the theory of DNA?
Yeah.
Did you know that his grandson invented the concept of fingerprint classification? He was also a Mason, Sir Francis Galton. That's pretty good, right? Did you know in the 1800s, Henry Maudsley invented the metal lathe? Imagine life without the lathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine most things we touch involve a lathe of some sort, right?
Or yeah.
Yeah, right? Brother Dr. John Harvey Kellogg. 2 major inventions. Cornflakes. Okay? And he didn't invent it, but he was the first to patent peanut butter because he patented the process actually using peanut butter from raw peanuts. There was another process. So, Masons, if you feel like you've accomplished something in life, you haven't. I've invented nothing. I've invented ways to upset my spouse. I've invented ways to annoy my fellow brothers. But I have done nothing even close to this.
No.
Have you invented anything?
New ways of procrastination.
Nice. Can't be patented. Have you ever invented anything?
Not one thing.
Not one thing. Do we know anybody that's invented somebody close? I have a cousin that invented, probably 30 years ago. Do you remember the Garfield fish tank? The bowl? The bowl was a fish tank, and you put goldfish in, but the outside was shaped like Garfield the cat. He invented that. He also patented, that never did well, a pop can. When you pop the can open, a straw would pop out. It never took off.
Oh, I'll be darned.
Yeah, because women, I guess, don't like to drink out of a can because it'll mess up their lipstick. Or men, it's 2023, whatever.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, that's all we have. Thanks for watching the Old Fashion Masonic. So, John, this is when you lift your glass.
And toast and drink.
Cheers. Drink.